cheap.
Welcome to a brand new podcast. And we are going to keep on rolling along. This is the Oracle 19. And my name is Greatness. I want to thank you guys that is supporting the podcast. You know, you're sharing it to your family, friends, and foe. Supporting, sending, free will offerings. I thank you. And again, any free will offerings, our email address, PayPal account. It's our email address at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to send a free will offering or any business or sponsorship questions, or you want to put your brand or promote your brand on the podcast, same email, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolution.com. That's our online shopping mall. We have a whole wide range of products. Definitely check that out. You definitely will enjoy it. Definitely going towards the fall. We have a lot of fall gear, so definitely check that out. Our custom clothing accessories, digital products, www.evolutionoflondon.org. There we definitely have custom clothing for you, men's, women, and kids. A lot of accessories for you to enjoy, so support that also. Royalty9.gumroad.com, that's our ebooks and software. So you can use, that's definitely needed for people that are starting a business or existing business, or even if we have software for personal use. Check that out at royalty9.gumroad.com. Music by Cheap Limousine. Cheap Limousine channel is on YouTube. He's have a whole wide range of beats, so definitely support his channel. Like, subscribe, share on that channel as well. So that's Cheap Limousine channel. And speaking about YouTube, Greatness 19, we have a whole wide range of educational videos to open up the third eye. So definitely support that. Like, subscribe, and share to our channel, Greatness 19 channel. And in the community tab link, you also will see Mr. Evolution of London. Mr. Evolution of London, that's our health and wellness channel. So definitely products that will be essential for your everyday need. Mr. Evolution of London on YouTube. And again, check that out as well. We have different links that it's not, we have videos that's not on YouTube. You will find that on our Patreon channel, which is www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. Again, check that out as well. We're going to be even adding on more videos as well, changing up the information there. So just like, subscribe, share. That's going to be enhanced as well. And we have our different links to different other sites for promotion purposes and also for buying purposes. So check out www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. All the information is in our description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, which is again on all social media platforms. It's Anchor.fm, Google, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, just to name a few. And you'll find it also on the Greatness 19 channel, as well as Miss Evolution of London. All the information in the description boxes of those three social media platforms will have all of our links. So definitely check that out as well. Mr. Will, support Mr. Will. He's a fitness consultant for over 15 years. And as mentioned on previous shows, he's basically any consultation, or if you want to book a one-on-one session, You email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. So that's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. So he's definitely a busy man. So I find, he's really booked. But if you're interested, email, be patient. He definitely will get back to you. And you definitely can't go wrong with that. And speaking about his platform as well, he have a website, www.wjaccessories.com. So once again, that's www.wjaccessories.com. And they have a whole wide range of products that you definitely will thoroughly enjoy. So definitely support his brand. Anything else that I haven't mentioned, again, as I mentioned before, check us out in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, as well as Greatness 19 channel on YouTube, and finally, Mr. Evolution of London, which is also on YouTube. So definitely check that out as well. Well, today we're going to talk about the topic of today. The streets, she shall return. Again, the streets, she shall return. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, as you know, there's been a lot of hoopla online with the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. But I'm not going to really get into their personal information. Well, it's not even personal. It's out in the public for a lot of things. But I'm not going to really harp on them. My point, you have many different scenarios very similar to their scenarios in everyday life. And this is for the men out here. Realistically, we have to know sometimes when to let things go. And that's also in relationships. You've been with a woman for 10, 20, 30 years. And sometimes we kid ourselves, men, in our head. We sometimes lack abundance mindset. And what do I mean by that? We should always have a mindset that we always have options, or should have options. A lot of times females, and I say that because women out here will understand. The small percentage that I mentioned in different podcasts, like I had a topic on she belongs to the streets. Check that out. This is basically somewhat of a part 2 to that. We have to know when it's not in the cards, when she's not meant for us. We kid ourselves a lot trying to hold on to a female that is not really for us. She's a scallywag, a crab, a harlot, a Jezebel, etc., etc. Now, for women out here, this do not pertain to you, because women, they understand and respect the male principle. So this is not directly to you women. Y'all women know you're respectable, you're classy, you put your family first, you put your man first, because by putting him first, you're going to win all day, every day. So you understand that whatever the man have, you're going to get, because a real man is not going to see you lose. So you women understand that program. But so I have the utmost respect for your small percentage of women. But the females, and that's the 98, 99% of you scallywags. You men need to let you go. A lot of times for different reasons. She's physically appealing, so we hold on to her even though she have a bad attitude, even though she don't care about you. She disrespect you in public, just AKA Will Smith, Jada Smith. In her case, Jada Smith, that I was referring to their scenario. You understand what I'm talking about. Low key, she's disrespecting his brand. And she know exactly what she's doing. Because in reality, she likes that Tupac. She worships Tupac. The man been dead for over 20 years and she's still harping over him. Now bringing up to speed with women, females like that, men, sometimes you're not the first. You really like number 3 in her mind, but she just picked you up because you financially could put her in a different situation, or you have class, but she don't really love you. She just deals with you. It's a difference. She don't love you. She just deals with you. You the option. But she's not somebody that she really loves, really worship. And you got a lot of females like that. I've been through that, where females didn't really love me. I was just more like the option. You know, when you out here in these streets, being who you are, being the playboy of the town, etc., etc., you're going to get casualties of war. You're going to meet with scallywags because you out here in these streets. It is what it is. I mean, any real man out here will understand what I'm talking about. When you out here in these streets, you're going to meet dead weight. You're going to get caught out here. It's not a perfect world. You're going to get caught out there. Very few men is lucky like that where they don't get caught. I mean, but that's like unicorns out there. But if you out in the streets, now I'm going to give you street vernaculars here. So all of my listeners that don't understand my terminology, just take a breather. Sit this one out while I talk to my street people that understand my vernaculars, the way I'm talking here. When you out here in these streets, hard body, you're gonna get caught out. You're gonna get caught in these streets because you out here hard body. Translation to my non-street people or non-English speaking people: when you dating, when you meeting people, when you meeting women, you're gonna fall in certain traps in life where you're going to meet the wrong female. I hope I clarified it a little bit for you. Dual nature that I have. But continuing our conversation, you have to understand, men, that sometimes no matter how pretty she is, or maybe the sexual gratification you receive from that female, sometimes you just have to know that, and you have to use your better judgment, your third eye. She's not the right one for you. She gives you the signs. Sometimes we overlook the signs. And these females, the longer we around them, the worse it can get for us. And again, the prime example I use, the Will and Jada Smith talking point. Again, that's an example of a female with a man is a multi-millionaire. She don't have to worry about anything financial. He's on top of the food chain, but she's still destroying his brand, chipping away, disrespecting him, talking about sex, from sex life to men that, or man that she still love, and all of these little indirect comments she's making is destroying his brand. And you find this in everyday life with these females. They will destroy your brand because they really don't respect you. They really don't care about you. So the only you got men, you have one powerful thing that you can do, and you got to mean it from your soul. The only thing you can do when you have a disrespectful woman, indirectly or directly, is leave her alone and mean it and walk away and mean it. Again, the streets she shall return. You send her back to the streets where she belongs. Because the longer you're around that type of woman, the more of a headache she's going to give you. And you're not going to win in this North America. There either will be not either an argument or a murder, death, kill. You take your pick. All of it is bad for you, men. So, in hindsight, no matter even if you have kids by her, you just have to start making your plan to walk away. Because she belongs to the streets. And you have to send her to the streets. She thou return. aka shall return. It's like you have an alley cat. Alley cats, you can't domesticate them. They alley cats. They used to run around in the alleys, feeding themselves with any type of street meat. And they're not going to appreciate you when you try to domesticate them. They're going to attack you and so forth, so on. They're used to being in the streets. And you have these type of females. They are used to being in the streets. They used to partying and walking after the club, being sloppy drunk, half weeded up, staggering in the streets with their little mini skirts, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, with no regards. They used to having their houses dirty. They have, foul mouths. They don't take care of their children. They don't take care of themselves. They very fickle minded, to the point where they don't know if they're coming or going. And you marrying that, or you going with that, or you procreating with that, you just really causing a lot of confusion. For yourself, that is. And we as men, I'm saying I'm no different. I jacked up my life with a lot of things, dealing with a lot of those type of females, and I almost paid for my life. Thank goodness the Lord blessed me with an opportunity to still be far distant, far away. But casualties of war doesn't constitute you getting nicks and cuts and deep scabs from dealing with these low budget women. At the end of the day, it was my choice. Just like at the end of the day, men, it is your choice. You choose these women. So this is the outcome. But I'm saying this to your young men that is coming up. Avoid that like the plague. Especially you young black men. Avoid these type of women. Don't even engage in them. Don't even, tell you the truth, don't even have sex with them. Save your energy. Save your sperm. Really. Just save it. Don't even waste your time. They might look good and stuff, but you can, if you listen to all of my podcasts and listen to other gentlemen out here, you will understand. Save your energy. Don't even waste your time. Because you waste your time, it's just going to be bad. Save that energy. Save your sperm for a woman that you don't have to fix. She understands the protocol right from the top. This is not like the yesteryears where you could be an average dude, something that Kevin Samuels was saying, actually. You could be an average dude, a mediocre dude. I'm paraphrasing what he basically was saying. And you could just meet a woman being an average dude, and she understands the male principle. You don't have to assemble her. You don't have to put her together, I should say. Assemble. That's the word I wanted to say. Nowadays, yeah, these women here, you got to put together. They like jigsaw puzzles, and they coming in confused. But the thing about it, they coming in disrespectful for the male principle. So don't even waste your sperm with these females. It's a big world. Have abundance mindset. There's so many different women that you could associate with and deal with that will respect you and appreciate you. So that's how I would look at it. You know, is respect is everything. You know, I wasted a lot of time with low frequency females. I met some great women over the course of years, but there's a lot of low frequency females that I shake my head. I'm like, greatness, why? Why? So, you know, at the end of the day, my man, Mr. Smith, he every dog gets tired. And his brain's going to be chopped away. And no matter, he's trying to save this woman. He's trying to save this woman. But it will come to a point where you can't save a person that is part of the streets, that really likes the streets. An alley cat. This is what they are. And I'm speaking general here, not even zeroing on one particular, but you got females like, they prefer the streets. They really, say they don't, but in theory, they want a thug. They want to be in the streets in general. They can't respect, and they're not going to respect a nice guy. The man is trying to uplift you, trying to hold on to his marriage, and she's chopping it down slowly. And there's plenty of women like that. I met plenty of women like that on the personal. You try to uplift them, they don't want to be uplifted. They say they do, but in reality, their actions say differently. And while you trying to put them on the pedestal, they cutting your legs. They chopping your legs down because they have low-key hate for you. They have low-key jealousy for you. So it's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do. And it's going to come to a point, in my personal opinion, and again, I'm going to talk about, Will Smith, my opinion. It's going to come to a point, whether it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, that he might just, I wouldn't be surprised if he just filed papers and say, you know what, it's time for a divorce. And in my personal opinion, the only reason why, my personal opinion, which means Jack, reason why he's not, because he don't want to destroy his brand all the way, because by divorcing her, it's going to be like Dr. Dre, where he got to pay something like, his case, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month of alimony. And it just would cost him a lot of extra money. And he got a lifetime of $50,000 to that broad every month. Right now, he don't have to pay anything because they together. But if they divorce, you can bet your bottom dollar she's going to get her lawyer, and he's going to have to fork out $50K and better per month type of thing. For life. For life, of course. And, that's what he's looking at, in my personal opinion. Man probably have to be kicking out $400,000 a year for this broad for the next 30, 40, 50 years until she's dead. Come on, man. Even though you're rich, who wants to be paying $500,000 to a broad that didn't deserve it? He's the one that built his brand. I don't care if they've been together over 20 years, but he was the one that had to put out and do the work and had to, you know, perform how he performed. She didn't do it. He did it for himself. Why she should get that much money or any money for that matter? The kids is grown. They out the way. But that's what will happen, in my personal opinion. So that's why he didn't really pull the trigger, so to speak, and really just say, you know what, it's over. Because he's still in Hollywood, he's still producing movies, and in Hollywood, being married is a good thing. You marketable being in Hollywood, being married, then divorce and trying to still keep your brand going. See, it's also a business move. My personal opinion. This is why he didn't cancel that bro a long time ago. He just canceled her from the distance, out of sight, out of mind. He just let her crash and burn while he just travel the world and do him. That's my personal opinion. Again, you got to think both sides of the fence, men, because you got to know sometimes it's chess, not checkers. You got to know your opponent, who you're dealing with, and the potential damages that can happen to you if you totally separate yourself from that woman. And that goes any man in life. I always look at things as a chess move. I look at a lot of different angles. You have to, because when that female makes a move and she makes a move to try to destroy your brand, you have to combat that with a move that will soften the blow so your brand don't be damaged. Because these females out here, they have no regards of respecting you and respecting your brand. They just go off of feelings, and they really go out to destroy you without thinking any repercussions. Because a lot of these females are dumb. They don't think about, if they destroying your brand, that would destroy them, because now he won't have the same money to function, to help you, to help we, to help us. They just think of I, because their little emotions, they want to be on your level because they want to be boss. So they want to destroy your brand. Meanwhile, you have nothing, or you limited, so they can just get satisfaction. These is walking demons. It's no logic into that. But they don't give a goddamn really what you about, what you can bring. By cutting your legs, that will affect their brand too. But do they think about that future-wise? No, because they stupid. They stupid. You got, and past the Smiths, but we talking about everyday life with women. They have children. These females have children, but they willing to go to court. They willing to damage the man's brand because of their little funky feelings. Meantime, that will separate instantly the communication with children, and instantly even supporting your brand, even the female brand, what I mean. By them trying to destroy you, monies is cut off, his finances are cut off, his communication with his child cut off, all in the name of their funky emotional mindset. Stupid a-holes. But this is your modern day females. Women understand. Women will never do that because they're smarter. Women will never do that because they smarter. They're not going to destroy a man's brand because they know by destroying the man's brand, it destroys them. One way or another. See, females, let me give you some game, females. Let me give you some game, some good game. This is, our elders, females, used to say this to my sisters as well as me. See, women, if you cooperate with a man, body, spirit, and soul, with the right man, I'm talking about with an intelligent man, not Pookie or Ray Ray or Rashid, out in the streets, or Buckshot. We're not talking about those guys. We're talking about, and no offense to those guys that have those names, but guys, these street dudes out here, which y'all women, y'all females love, see, you're not going to do it to them because they got nothing. Plus, they will get physical with you. You know this because they don't care about jail. Jail is their home. That's their place of business. So they don't care about jail. They don't care about jail. Again, that's their business. That's where they make their work. But Steve and Austin and Alex, men that is about something, y'all want to destroy their brands all day, every day. But in your stupidity, by trying to destroy those men's brand, because you in your feelings, because you can't boss them, or wherever the case, you hurting you. Because if you were civil to them and work with them, you would get more from them than trying to chop them down. But again, you're in your feelings because y'all really is low-key feminist. You want to be boss. So now you're trying to, because you're jealous, you want to destroy his brand. And in the meantime, you're destroying yourself. Because again, you ain't going to find no Will Smith. Broad, you 50. And a lot of these broads out here, especially these old broads, really think they can go get it. They can go get it. They think they still fly. No. You're only kidding yourself. Men will lay down with you. They will sleep with you. And females in their stupid mind, they figure, well, I'm just sleeping with him. That's all. I ain't looking for anything. But you're lowering your market value. But again, you don't care because you just want to be me and free. But you don't understand the concept of life. You just want to run around here being a whore. And a lot of times, you know what's so sad, especially for the young women growing up or coming up now, they don't even have a female figure that they can look up to, because the female figure, the Jezebel old hoe, want to clog up space at the club, wearing her high heels and her tight pants and showing her old camel toe at 50, 55, 60 years old. Her old caboose, the old dust bucket, cobwebs. These old hoes, they just as worse. Old hoes want to clog up space, wear their high heels, their blonde hair, tight clothes, showing their old camel toe that nobody want. They had their day in 87, 97. But now they 50 years old, want to clog up the machine, still be at the club, talking about they can go get it. That's the disgusting part. Y'all young ladies can't really, you don't have nobody to turn to. But you do have some males in social media. Mr. Dennis Sperling, lawyer out of Houston, Texas, stand-up man. Kevin Samuels. You got a lot of other men. Mr. Palmer, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Tariq Nasheed, definitely. And many other men out here that is out here trying to make a difference for themselves, families, and folk. Just building themselves up as real men out here. There's plenty of men out here that I didn't mention, but that's just where it's at. The only ones you can listen to that can give you some type of good game out here. Whether you disagree or agree is irrelevant. I mean, this is all about perspective, but there's something that you can get out of it. Men as well as women. But the whole point is, a lot of you females should return to the streets. And you men, y'all holding them back. You holding them back. You really are. You holding them back. Stop holding them back. Release the Kraken. Let them go back to the streets and let them be the alley cats they are. And I had to learn that. It took me a long time. I knew it. Let me say this. I knew it, but I just didn't want to face the reality. I just wanted to hold on to some of these females just because. And I had to let them go. And it was the best thing for me. Because they didn't have no respect for me anyway. You know, they might only wanted me for sexual gratification or finances or wherever they had in their little brains. But at the end of the day, I had to free myself and free them. Free them is to let them go and be another man's headache. Or deal with another man that is on their pay rate. I maybe wouldn't mind smoking with them, drinking with them, smacking them around, kicking them in the neck, punting them like a football. You know, or just don't care. Give them some kids and whatever. You know, those street dudes. The street dudes is good for a lot of these females. They respect that. They fun. They talk one thing, but really, it's what it is. Some of them men, sometimes you just better than these females out here. You better than them. They even know it. You better than them. They don't deserve it. Save your semen. Don't waste your time. Don't even waste your energy. My personal opinion, leave them alone. Let them go and defend for themselves. They respect that. You know, and so in conclusion, just think on those things, guys. You men I blame first. And when I say you, I include myself. For number one, picking these low frequency females. 2, holding on to these low frequency females, regardless of the situation. And 3, not having an abundance mindset. Those 3 things is the reason why a lot of you men suffer. Either suffered in the past or suffer now. Let her go back to the streets. She belongs. She love it. She bathed in it. The streets, she shall return. Thank you for listening.